today in math we are estimating products as fractions. So if you can remember from 2 weeks ago, we were adding and subtracting fractions, and now we get to multiply and divide. So try to rack your brain on what we were doing 2 weeks ago, and then hopefully this will come back as we start getting into it. Okay, so problem 1 wants to know what 1/3 times 17 is. So we're going to estimate the estimate the product, sorry. So what number is close to 17 that is divisible by 3? So if we're listing all of our multiples, we have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, and we're looking at 15, 18, and 21. Those are the ones that are closest. But the one that's only one away is 18. So I'm actually going to change that to an 18. So now my new problem is this: 1/3 times 18. So how we do this is the same thing as 18 divided by 3, because we're getting it in 2/3 or 3 parts of something. So 18 divided by 3, if you want to do long division you can, otherwise I know that 18 divided by 3 is 6, 12, 18. My answer would be 6. So estimating that product, 1/3 times 17 would be approximately 6. All right. And I know that these videos aren't live, but if you have a question, you can always email me, or on that pamphlet that I gave you, there is a number that you can text. You can be like, yo, Ms. Bauer, I don't get this, and I will get back to you. Okay. Problem 2 wants to know what 2/5 times 6/7. So if we make our number line, we got 0, half, and 1. So 6/7, I'm going to say that's really close to 1, because if I have 6 out of 7 of something, I am only 1/7 away from having a whole. So I'm going to change that to a 1. And then we are going to change this 2/5. If I have 2/5 of something, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's half, so I'm really close to half. So I'm going to change this 2/5 to 1/2. So now my new problem is 1/2 times 1. And we can all do that in our head, because anything times 1 is just the first number. So this answer would be 1/2. So 2/5 times 6/7 is really close to 1/2. All right. In example 3, we have 7 2/7, and we're timesing that by 3 7/8. So we're going to round 7 2/7 down to just 7. Because if I only have 2/7 of something, I'm going to round that down to 0. So I don't even have to worry about that fraction. It's gone. And then 3 7/8, 7/8 is really close to 8/8, which would just be 1. So I add 3 plus the 1, so this becomes 7 times 4. So now, 7 times 4, you guys can do that in your head. 7, 14, 21, 28. So 7 2/7 times 3 7/8 is really close to 28. And that is how we would estimate that answer. Okay, the last one. If I want to estimate the product of 1/2 times 25, I'm going to do, I know that I can't do 25 divided by 2, but I can do 24 divided by 2 really easily. So I'm going to change that to a 24. 1/2 times 24 is really the same as 2 divided by 24. 2 goes into 2 once, and that is 2. Subtract, I have 0, bring down the 4. 2 goes into 4, 2 times, subtract, so my answer would be 12. So 1/2 times 25 is really close to 12. Okay, I will now let you do the independent practice. I've already crossed off the ones that you don't have to do. If you get really stuck, like I said, email or text, call, or on Monday I will have the Zoom meetings and we can talk about it then.